صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everybody, I'm Saima Zulfikar, student counselor at the International Open University. I welcome you to this short interactive session on coping with challenges studying online. My intention, inshallah, is to help you identify some possible challenges that you can come across while studying at IOU, and inshallah give you some ideas and some tips on how you can go about coping with them. Now, if you are a potential student and if you are looking to continue your studies at IOU, it's really imperative that you understand the challenges that may also come across your way. Of course, there are numerous benefits of studying online. For example, it improves your communication skills, it improves your technical skills, it expands your horizons by helping you connect with students from across the globe and helps you to stay motivated and disciplined. However, it also comes with a lot of responsibilities. So, for example, a lot of IOU students are wearing multiple hats, mashallah. They're full-time employees, they're full-time students locally, and some of them are, mashallah, excellent homemakers too. So, before you decide to continue your studies at IOU, I would like to brief you with some possible challenges that you may encounter on this journey. So, for example, you may struggle to balance your studies with your work or with your household responsibilities. You may deal with issues related to procrastination, fluctuating motivation, and of course, studying online can also be very lonely. So, how do we cope with them? Before I begin, I wanted to put this verse out from chapter number 2, verse number 155, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits." So, brothers and sisters, our life on earth is filled with tests, is filled with trials, but tests and trials are not something to be scared of, right? Or something to escape from. Whatever the circumstances may be in our lives, we need to accept them gracefully. We need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for assistance and continue with whatever it is that we are pursuing, inshallah. So, how to cope with the possible challenges that you can come across while studying online? Number one is to set your intentions right. So, begin by reflecting and renewing your intention. Ask yourself, what do you want to achieve from IOU? Are you here to learn something? Are you here to become a better version of yourself? Are you here to grow closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or are you here to learn a new skill so that you can make a halal risk out of it? So remind yourself of your intention, reflect upon it, because intention really plays a huge role in your motivation, in driving your discipline and motivation. So reflect and renew upon your intention. Ask yourself, perhaps this is a good time to reflect and renew your intention, inshallah. Next is, if you decide to continue your studies at IOU despite the challenges that you come across, it's imperative that you also set weekly targets and goals for your studies. So, for example, you may want to think about how many hours a day are you going to dedicate for IOU, or how many hours a week are you going to dedicate for your studies. So, plan that out, have a clear vision, have a clear picture, make a timetable so that it's easier for you to understand how much of your time does each task require. Next is, of course, eliminating distractions around you. So, while studying, it can be very difficult to stay focused and alert, especially when studying online, because it's easier to get distracted and to start browsing elsewhere, right? So, you may want to keep in some tools or some apps in hand, inshallah, so as to avoid getting distracted whilst watching your modules. And of course, when you're studying, try to ensure that you're studying at a peaceful time, studying at a peaceful environment, and at a time when you feel most productive and alert, inshallah, because a lot of times it's hard to study, it's hard to stay focused when we are exhausted or drained because of a long day. So maybe try picking a right time, a right place, and the right environment while you're studying. And next is utilizing your weekends wisely. So if you are a full-time student locally or if you're working full-time, this is really, really, really helpful, inshallah. So try to do extra on your weekends. So for example, if you manage to do one module every week, every day, maybe on the weekends, you can consider completing three modules so that you are on track. So always ensure that you utilize your weekends productively, try to do extra readings, maybe try to attempt your module quizzes, so that inshallah you are on track and at par with your studies. Next is also about being flexible. So, like we already discussed, that a lot of students at IOU are wearing multiple hats and are juggling a lot of responsibilities, right? So, there will be times when you will be stuck. There will be times when you will have an unexpected appointment, an unexpected work, an unexpected deadline, and so you're not in a position to give your best to studies, right? So be open and be flexible to such times, and always set buffer times. So do not wait for the last minute to get your things done. Always ensure that you have completed your assignments or your readings or your modules at least 1 week before the actual deadline. Next is about investing in technology, because studying online requires a lot of skills, a lot of technical skills. So it's always best to look out for productivity tools and apps. Maybe you can go around Googling for some of these apps, and of course, you can utilize them in your study tenure, inshallah. And lastly, because learning online can be a little lonely, it can be a little boring, try to connect and meet other students from your respective course. So at IOU, we have a lot of Telegram groups for students to connect and meet and talk. So maybe if you can find a study buddy and study together and collaborate to complete your modules, that would make a lot of difference as well. So always ensure that you are connected, you are not alone, and you are learning as a team, inshallah. So once again, Jazakumullahu khairan kathira for tuning in, and I hope this helps. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.